What's up, everyone? It's Fuzzy. Welcome back to yet another MLB postseason recap. Shohei Ohtani might have just had the greatest game in sports history, but fans, they're not happy at all with LA moving on again. But before that, we have to talk about the Mariners and the Jays Game 5 recap, and also the fact that you can save $20 off on SeatGeek with code Fuzzy, and I hit multiple 3 out of 3 bangers on Underdog again. You're missing out on free money. All you have to do is download. New users right now, win or lose, get $100 if they play 5 on their first entry. Again, win or lose, use code Fuzzy, and you get a free pick. All right, let's get back to baseball. So again, we are going to talk about the Dodgers, but right now we have to talk about the 2-2 tie in the ALCS between the Mariners and the Jays, and we are going to have a game in Toronto no matter what, but who's going to be on top when they go back there? Gino, he wants the Mariners to be back on top. He turned on the 94 fastball out the hand of Kevin Gausman. That's his second home run of the postseason, and before that, it was getting bad for Gino and Mariners fans. They were about ready to put him in a rocket and send him to Neptune or something like that because he was so bad. Springer's back to being a postseason GOAT. He and Vladimir Guerrero Jr. are legit forces of nature. He had an RBI double to tie things up. We're in the 6th inning now. It's still tied at 1. Is this a leadoff double for the slowest player in all of Major League Baseball? Alejandro Kirk off of the nasty Brian Wu. It is. And then Ernie Clement. He has earned the nickname of Ernie Clemente. He scored the slowest runner in Major League Baseball. That's the first time all year that Kirk scored from second base on a single. Now Ernie wants another RBI, but this time he wants it all by himself. Randy is tracking back, and he made the play at the top of the wall, so there you go. The Jays are out in front, and Brendan Little's in. His curveball is one of the best whiff pitches in baseball. Cal, he got a 2-0 sinker, and he did not miss it. We are tied again. And speaking of ties, that is 64 total home runs for all of 2025. We know that he had 60 in the regular season, 4 so far in the postseason. That ties Judge for the AL record for the most in a single season in totality, including the playoffs. We're still in the 8th inning. We have 2 runners on for Randy Arozarena, who just got hit by a pitch, and the broadcast, they did not hold back on Randy. I cannot believe I heard this live, but they said they hit a guy who can't hit. Randy's pretty good, but yeah, he's struggling in these playoffs. Gino's up, and this baseball is out. Get out the rye bread and mustard, Grandma. It is grand salami time. That's one of my favorite calls in baseball. I can't actually show the broadcast, or you guys can listen to it, so I wanted to say it myself. The Mariners, they go up a game heading back to Toronto, but remember, Toronto is, it's a madhouse. I have no idea how the rest of the series is going to go, because in Game 6, the Jays are going with the rookie Trey Savage, and I'm not sure who's going for the Mariners just yet, but I'm praying for a Game 7 because I want all of the chaos between these two powerhouses. Ohtani's on the bump. The Dodgers are trying to sweep. They're up 3-0, and by the way, this would make them 9-1 in the playoffs if they take it, as they advance to back-to-back World Series if they do take it. Most of you guys know who won this game, but his first out was on a strikeout. Now he's striking out Christian Yelich. He struck out 3 in the 1st inning. He was pumping 100 after 100. Now he's throwing frisbee sweepers. Again, he had 3 strikeouts. Now he's teeing off for a 450-foot home run, a lefty tank 3/4 up the pavilion. Tommy Edman, he's the gift that keeps on giving. An RBI in 3 consecutive games. He's batting .315 with an .840 OPS in his postseason career as a Dodger. Teoscar Hernandez, he's been an RBI machine with the Dodgers. He got out, and he's still driving in a run. No damage for Ohtani again. Now it's time for Chad Patrick, who came in after Quintana. He was awesome. Only 1 base hit, but that 1 hit was to the unicorn. 469 very nice feet to the roof. Ohtani almost has 920 feet worth of home runs on 2 swings. He struck out Bryce Terang, and I think at one point he had 4 strikeouts in a row to make it 10 on the night. Oh, and by the way, after that, he made it 1,340 feet worth of home runs, his 3rd of the night. Probably the greatest baseball game any human has ever played. Maybe we'll talk about that in a second. As Roki and the Dodgers, they end it. They are 9-1 this postseason after the sweep. This team is firing on some of the best cylinders this game has ever seen. And Dave Roberts, he wants to ruin baseball even more. He's obviously talking about the haters who have said the Dodgers are ruining baseball.
I'll tell you, before this season started, they said the Dodgers are ruining baseball. Let's get 4 more wins and really ruin baseball. Let's go.
Back to the game, let's talk about if Ohtani's performance was the greatest of all time. So he had 3 home runs in the batter's box and on the bump. He went 6 shutty with 10 strikeouts. Comparing that to Ohtani's other one of the greatest games of all time where he went 6 for 6 to create the 50-50 club. He had 3 home runs, 10 RBIs, and 2 stolen bases. Obviously, a lot more RBIs. He stole some bags, but he did not pitch. What about 1971 Rick Wise? He hit 2 home runs in the same game that he threw a no-hitter for the Phillies. I'm going to keep it real. I'm probably a bad baseball fan. I did not know that Rick Wise even existed, or the fact that he had that monster of an Ohtani-type game. And then in 2007, Micah Owings, a pitcher for the Diamondbacks, had 2 home runs and 7 RBIs with 7 strikeouts over 7 innings. That is insane, but he allowed 3 runs on the bump. So after everything you just heard, what was the greatest game of all time? And we could talk about guys like Sean Green or Josh Hamilton. What was the greatest game ever in your opinion? Was that Ohtani from yesterday, or that 6 for 6, or Rick Wise, or Micah Owings? Who has the greatest of all time? You know who did not? The Brewers offense in this past series. The Brewers offense scored a grand total of 4 runs, which is 1 per game. They had 14 total base hits in 4 games. Mind you, the Brewers decreased payroll this year and traded away Devin Williams, and now, not even 24 hours after getting swept, they are reportedly dangling Freddie Peralta in trade rumors. This came a day after report surfaced that Tarek Skubal was $250 million off of the Tigers number. I mean, this is the problem with baseball. It's not the Dodgers, it's bad owners who refuse to pay their homegrown superstars what they've earned and what they deserve. It's sickening. That's why I hate the whole homegrown narrative. It's so weak and, again, honestly stupid in my opinion, because most owners who do have homegrown superstars, they don't even keep them. Homegrown winners don't really exist because bad owners, they gut their rosters to save a few schmeckles. And as a Guardians fan, the only hope that I have of keeping a superstar is if he takes a 60% discount like J-Ram. But fast forward to the beginning of this year, J-Ram, he was pretty upset at the front office because they traded some of his best friends and Andres Gimenez and Josh Naylor. They didn't spend any money on free agents. I mean, I've had Pirates fans DM me that they refuse to buy a Paul Skeens jersey because they're afraid it's going to be a waste of money, that he's going to get traded. So, I mean, let's just recap super quick what happened with the Dodgers for 2025. Why are we just forgetting that Blake Snell once upon a time was a Tampa Bay Ray? Then he was on the division rivals of the Dodgers, the Giants and the Padres. Neither of those teams gave him an extension. Ohtani gave the same offer to Artie Moreno of the Angels, but Artie Moreno did not want to risk his exit plan, and he chose not to take back Ohtani after not trading him. He's one of the dumbest owners that has ever existed. Mookie Betts was traded by the Red Sox. Freddie Freeman's agent screwed up so bad, the Braves said, okay, we got to act fast, and they traded for Matt Olson, who's awesome, by the way. But all of this is because the Dodgers have taken advantage of dumpster-fired stupid ideas from other owners. The 2025 Dodgers are a product of inept owners who have terrible ideas, and the Dodgers have systems in place to take advantage and build on those mistakes. Yes, they have a giant bank behind them, but let's not pretend that billionaire businessmen owners like Bob Nutting, who owns the Pirates, or Paul Dolan, who owns the Guardians, don't also have investment strategies where they can bring in minority owners and boost up that payroll. It's sickening. So I might rant about this in full tomorrow because I have the same opinion as Bryce Harper, the 2-time MVP. This is what he said, and I agree. To end today's recap, I want to show Reggie Jackson's 3 home runs on 3 consecutive pitches in Game 6 of the 1997 World Series, and in his last at-bat in Game number 4, he also went yard, so pretty much 4 consecutive at-bats with a home run. That's why they call Reggie Jackson Mr. October. Thanks for watching. Use code Fuzzy on SeatGeek and Underdog Fantasy, and I'll catch you in the next one.